In Gunite pools, any metal structure installed within the pool that is mounted to the bottom surface and completely surrounded by water must be bonded. Bonding is a critical safety measure in swimming pools and other aquatic environments. The primary purpose of bonding is to create an equipotential plane. This means that all metallic parts within and around the pool are at the same electrical potential. This equipotential plane minimizes the risk of electric shock to people in or near the pool. When a fault occurs, such as a live wire coming into contact with a metal part, the bonding system ensures that the voltage difference between different metal parts is minimized. This prevents a dangerous current from flowing through a person who might be touching two different metal parts at different voltages. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides detailed requirements for bonding in swimming pools. These requirements are designed to ensure that pools are electrically safe. The specific sections of the NEC that address pool bonding include Article 680. The NEC requires that all metal parts of the pool structure, including the rebar grid in a Gunite pool, be bonded together. This is typically achieved by connecting all the metal parts to a common bonding grid using solid copper conductors. The size of the bonding conductors is specified in the NEC and is typically number 8 American wire gauge, or AUG, solid copper or larger. The bonding grid must also be connected to the pool's grounding system. The grounding system provides a low impedance path for fault current to return to the source, which helps to trip the circuit breaker or ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, protecting the circuit. The metal structure installed within the pool must also be bonded to the bonding grid. This includes any metal ladders, handrails, diving boards, or other metal accessories. The bonding connection must be made in a reliable manner, such as by using listed bonding connectors or by welding the connection. In the case of a Gunite pool with a rebar grid, the rebar is typically bonded by connecting it to a continuous bonding conductor that runs around the perimeter of the pool. The metal structure is then bonded to this continuous bonding conductor. The connection points must be accessible for inspection and testing. It is important to note that bonding is different from grounding, although the two are related. Grounding is the connection of the electrical system to the earth, while bonding is the connection of all metal parts to create an equipotential plane. Both grounding and bonding are necessary to ensure electrical safety in swimming pools. The installation of the bonding system must be performed by a qualified electrician who is familiar with the NEC requirements for pool bonding. The electrician should also inspect the bonding system to ensure that it is properly installed and that all connections are tight and secure. The bonding system should be inspected periodically to ensure that it is still in good condition. Any damaged or corroded bonding connections should be repaired or replaced immediately. In addition to the bonding requirements for metal parts, the NEC also requires that certain electrical equipment associated with the pool, such as pool pumps and lighting fixtures, be grounded. This grounding helps to protect against electrical shock in the event of a fault. The grounding conductors must be sized according to the NEC and must be connected to the equipment grounding terminals. The NEC also requires the use of ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, to protect electrical circuits that supply power to pool equipment. GFCIs are designed to detect small ground faults and to quickly interrupt the circuit, preventing an electrical shock. GFCIs should be installed in all electrical circuits that supply power to pool pumps, lighting fixtures, and other electrical equipment. The location of the GFCI should be readily accessible for testing and resetting. The NEC provides specific requirements for the location of electrical equipment around swimming pools. Electrical equipment must be located at least 5 feet from the inside wall of the pool, unless it is separated from the pool by a barrier. This helps to prevent people from coming into contact with the electrical equipment while they are in the pool. The NEC also requires that all electrical wiring around swimming pools be installed in conduit. Conduit provides physical protection for the wiring and helps to prevent electrical shock. The type of conduit that is used must be approved for use in wet locations. The NEC also requires that all junction boxes and other electrical enclosures around swimming pools be weatherproof. This helps to prevent water from entering the enclosures and causing electrical problems. The covers of the enclosures must be securely fastened to prevent them from being accidentally opened. In summary, bonding is a critical safety measure in swimming pools that helps to prevent electrical shock. All metal parts of the pool structure, including the rebar grid and any metal structures installed within the pool, must be bonded together. The bonding system must be installed by a qualified electrician and must be inspected periodically to ensure that it is in good condition. In addition to bonding, grounding and ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, are also necessary to ensure electrical safety in swimming pools. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides detailed requirements for all of these safety measures. The NEC is updated every 3 years, so it is important to stay up to date on the latest requirements. Firstly, ensure all metallic components are properly connected. Secondly, use appropriate bonding conductors. Thirdly, regularly inspect and maintain the bonding system. These steps are crucial to maintaining a safe swimming pool environment. Furthermore, local codes and regulations may have additional requirements for pool bonding. It is important to check with the local building department to ensure that all requirements are being met. The building department can also provide guidance on the proper installation and inspection of the bonding system. Finally, remember that electrical safety is paramount in swimming pools. By following the NEC requirements and taking the necessary precautions, you can help to prevent electrical shock and ensure a safe swimming environment for everyone. Bonding metal structures in gunite pools is a non-negotiable safety requirement.